Hello, Tamara Doris here, your Sacramento real estate professional, and today we're going to talk for a minute about the importance of picking a good escrow company. I'm not going to get into the nuances and the details of what goes on in escrow, but I assure you it can be a real deal breaker if you don't have an excellent escrow officer. Now, I'm not going to throw around names or anything like that. It probably wouldn't be too appropriate because there are some good ones and some not so good ones. I have a title company that I like to use the very best of all because why? They close deals. You know, it doesn't seem necessarily like it would be the case, but here's the bottom line. There's two things to consider when you're picking your escrow company. Number one, that escrow officer has got to be able to deal with the buyer stuff, that means getting the funding, and the seller stuff, which means a clear title. And in this market, boy, is it really important that we have a clear title. So there's all this juggling that's going on, and the escrow officer is trying to keep all the balls up in the air at the same time. And if you don't have an escrow officer who's very skilled, very experienced, and really knows what she's doing, and I say she because I don't know, 99% of them are females, then you can lose your deal. And so it doesn't matter if you're the seller or the buyer, you want to have a good escrow company. Now, the person who writes the offer, whether it's the agent for the buyer, the person who writes the offer for the buyer usually indicates what escrow company. However, usually, and all this is negotiable, usually the seller is the one who is paying for it. Not always, because everything's negotiable in real estate. But the bottom line is you want to make sure that you have a very good escrow company and it's affordable and competitive because they charge different amounts for escrow and title here in Sacramento. So it's very, very important that you pick not only someone who is very, very good, but that they're competitive in price. So do some shopping around. I don't care if you're a buyer or you're a seller. Escrow is really important to your transaction. Make sure that you're not just going with the escrow company that your transaction is with is not just someone that the agent chose because they're friends or she went to lunch and she thinks she's nice. Make sure that it's really a good, effective escrow officer. Okay? So that's my tip for the day. Can't emphasize enough how important the escrow process is to closing your transaction. A lot of things fall out of escrow because they weren't done right. So pick a good escrow company, get involved, find out why they're the best, and ask around, okay? Because the buyers and the sellers, it's up to you, not the agents. Okay, bye-bye.